dias, Gunners Collective TV. Back at it? You already know. Like a motherfucking smack addict. Bye-ya, bye-ya, bye-ya. I had to slow it down a little bit. In a menudo style in direct fashion, man, we're going to get straight to the content of the day. But before we do, let's hit that like and subscribe button. Bing. Put your notification bell on all, so that way you're directed in the direction of the dope content I am kicking. And I highly appreciate all the support, man. We're going up on this channel, and it's all because of you. And for that, I can say I'm very humbled. I'm very much so appreciative, man. And I know I couldn't do it without you, so thank you very much. So, I don't know if you've been watching what's going on lately, but it's full crash out time, right? Full crash out mode for Swifty Blue and, of course, Chito Ranas. These guys ain't playing. These guys are on a crash course, like let's get it. And I ain't gonna lie, you know, I'm not trying to disrespect, but I will say one of them looks like a Dorito and the other one looks like a wet Dorito. And I'll let you decide which is which. You know, hey, in the words of my primo, is to keep your shirt on, porfa, right? Keep your shirt on. Because, ta wabala wabala. That's all I can say, you know. Now, without playing and being real, you know, these two guys, I'll bet these weren't the two individuals that were disrespecting the North or anybody too much. You know, in fact, these guys were more so disrespecting each other more than anybody. And I know they've become, you know, they were long lost friends and they got a deep history and they came back together like butt cheeks, right? That's a good thing. That's a good thing, man. If you've had an incredible relationship in the past, you know, that was your partner in the past, and you've decided to let the bullshit go, that's man shit. That's what you do. You know, if you could talk behind the scenes and be like, hey, bro, it's all good, man. Hey, you know, hey, we started out good. Somewhere in the middle, it got a little fucked up, and now we're back. That's cool. You would think that these two individuals who are very talented, they're decent rappers, good rappers. In fact, a couple of the better rappers from Southern California, period, man. You would think that they would be like, you know what, let's just get straight to the booth. Let's get straight to the booth. Let's make music, man. Let's get this shit popping. And people would have tripped out. Now, that would have been the best way to do things, you know, but I've been hearing a lot of rumors, you know. I watched a lot of videotape, a lot of little Instagram posts of these two riding around in a car. One of them looks sloppy high or sloppy drunk, and the other one looks just sloppy. And, you know, it boggled my mind the way Swifty Blue was talking. You know, in between the 10 N-words he used, you know, he was hyphy. This guy was on it. He was up, right? He was turned up. And immediately he started to disrespect Lazy Boy from San Jose, the Northern California rapper. He started to scream NK all day. First time I ever heard someone from Southern California other than his homeboy G-Face say it, right? I was just tripping off of it like, wow. You know, why would he choose, or why would they choose to even go head, you know, just jump straight into the disrespect game when the first thing that should have been on their mind is getting in the booth, right? That shows me one or two things, right? Crash out mode. These guys don't care, man. Anybody can get it type mode. It is what it is. They're coming, they're taking all heads. Now, I will say this. Chito Ranas is one of the bigger names from Northern California making noise in the music industry. Facts. Can't dispute it, can't deny it. You know, Northern California rappers, Norteño rappers, they got their own lane. They're making their noise. They're doing their thing, man. People like Rico Too Smooth, Lazy Boy, Bands, all these guys, GB, Acito, they're doing their thing. No doubt about it. They've been doing their thing. But there's no denying the fact that Chito Ranas from Sacramento, Northern California, the upstater himself, right, transitioned from Northern California to moving down south and started to make a lot of noise and became very popular. You know, can't deny it. You know, and I won't. I've liked his music from day one. You know, I've always thought, wait up, I got to tear my eye for Northern California for losing a soldado, right? Right? So now, it trips me out, man, that I was even a participant in the gangbanging because, wow, we're all Mexican, man. We're all brown. And when I think about it, it just trips me out to even think that I, at one point in time, was part of the shenanigans, that it was part of the hatred, was part of the bullshit that fueled the fire between North and South. To see it still continuing this so late in the game, 2024, it trips me out. Like, I thought this was a phase, right? I thought it would have burned down a long time ago. I guess it was much, much bigger than I anticipated or thought at the time. But to see it still happening now, only a lot differently, it's always going to make me wonder, right? Some of the moves I made, some of the things I participated in, were they worth it? Did they help to continue this legacy of desolation and destruction? Yeah, they did. Every little piece of the puzzle that fits, man, has helped to fuel and to motivate youngsters like this to be going at it. So, anyways, these two are riding around. They're back to being friends. And there's a lot of question marks there. How was Swifty able to get back in the good graces of not only Chito Ranas, but a lot of the Southerners down there who had already written him off, who had already said, you know what, Holmes, you're no longer welcome. You're a PC case. You got to roll it up. You're going to get taxed or whatever they told him. There was a lot being said about him. I mean, people didn't even want to speak on his name. When you mentioned his name in the room, you heard Jiminy Cricket start singing, right? No one wanted to be around him. Like I said, man, he was playing shows at the Ramate. He was doing shows at car washes. This vato was just segregated from everyone. He was he was sold alone. He was on walk alone, right? He had a soft shoe chrono. But somewhere along the line, he was able to talk to whoever, cash out whoever, cash out to cash app, and he was able to come back, right? He came back. Now, did he come back untouched? Not necessarily. Okay, Hood Media put out a clipping where he's questioning the validity of Swifty Blue being in good standings, but also even more so than that, was there a fade that took place? Because in that same video, you could see the tip of Swifty Blue's nose looks rather bruised up. Chito Ranas has some glasses on, so he might have had, you know what I mean, the blackish of an eye. And Swifty looked all hyphy, like he just got done taking a fade, and maybe he came out on the winning end. Because usually he's not as hyper as he was. Now, I've always questioned Swifty Blue and his willings and dealings and what he does. You know, it seemed like he was very humble when he was no longer in good standings. When he was kicked to the curb for all his shenanigans and running his mouth, that vato did a fucking, almost a Christian-based song. There was crosses all throughout the song. The vato was in a fucking boxing ring, damn near crying, and talking about positivity and helping the youth to get away from gangs, and he was going to change his whole life. And then all of a sudden, this vato's like, NK all day, whoop-de-whoop. Wow. Instead of mellowing himself out and getting straight to the business of making music, he goes straight to crashing out mode. It happens, man. That shows you the merits of a man and what a man is capable of. You know, that shows a person that really ain't never had too much in his life and is willing to do anything and everything, man, for a little bit of love and a little bit of fame and a little bit of clout, right? You know, what people will do for friends. What people do for money. You know, it's a trip. But, you know, to each their own. Can't be mad at the little guy, the little big guy, right? For doing what he wants to do. For standing on his 10 toes, man, and saying, you know what? I'm going to fucking disrespect a whole car of people that helped me out, you know, because I want to be friends with Chito Ranas. So he did that. Now, Chito has never been a big guy of disrespecting. During all this north and south back and forth, I know Chito Ranas disrespected little TYS, man, from Sacramento. He did that. But when I seen him do that, I knew he was doing it coming from more from a personal tip. Having been personal enemies with that guy. You know, he decided, and people are going to be like, hey, the north started it, the south started it. You know, all I know is this. All I know is Chito Ranas did disrespect little TYS's family, mentioned his mom and everything first. That's a fact. Okay? When it comes to that. You know, after that, I can't call it, right? But I'm just going to keep it real. You know, there was a guy in the live last night and he was trying to basically kind of bang on me. You know, I was playing music, and everyone that knows me knows that I probably play more Southern California rappers than I do Northern California rappers. And that's just because of the stilo and the music I like on that particular day, right? You never know what you're going to get. You might fuck around and get some Judas Priest pumping out that shit, right? And this guy was going in on me, and even another upstater that was in there today, bro. You know, and even another guy from Northern California that I don't particularly talk to, right? But he was in there and he was like, hey, bro, me and Gun, we don't even see eye to eye. But I could tell you, man, that he bumps more Southern rap than he does Northern rap. And he's not even on that gangbanging hype, right? And kind of calm that dude's jets. That's how it is, man. People will, they think, because I'm from Northern California, automatically I got to be sympathizing with the North. You know, I'm not sympathizing with anyone, bro. North or South, man. I hope everybody wins. I'm for the raza. If you're brown, I sympathize with that. That's it. I have no horse in that race. I hope everyone could get along and eventually do collaborations so that way we can get some good music popping instead of these diss tracks back and forth that really hold no time, man. They don't got no legs, brother, right? They're not going to last too long. That's how I feel. You know, you hear it. It's the shit right now. Oh, shit. Did you hear what Lefty said? Oh, did you hear what Lazy said? Oh, did you hear what Rico said? You heard what fucking Chito said? And then that's it. Then everyone's bumping Kanye. You know, no one gives a fuck. So that's another thing I wanted to touch on real quick was Rico Too Smooth went to No Jumper. And I listened to his whole interview, and never once did he disrespect the South, right? He kept it rather professional. When asked questions about the South, he did it respectfully. He kept it very respectful. And I know people are like, oh, that's because he was down south, so he was scared or whatever. I mean, nobody knew he was there. The interview wasn't announced till after it took place. He could have easily went on crash mode and disrespected and kept the shit popping and pumping. But he decided to carry himself like a man and a professional and understand his situation, and also understand that as a Norteño pushing that movement, there's ways to conduct yourself. You know, the same ways of Southsiders, man. They conduct themselves in a professional manner on the yard. That's why I give them so much respect. You don't know how many times I've been around Southerners, man, and they've looked out. I can't deny it. They've looked out for me more times than they've got off on me. Okay? True. I've looked out more for them more times than I've rushed them or shot at them. Truth. Facts, right? I can't deny it. I could look at the list. How many times did I fucking have interactions and get off with the Southsiders in the yard? Or how many times did they shoot me a fucking bar of soap and a sopa? And I can tell you right now, I'm over here with a caja of sopas and only fucking 2 times having incidences. It doesn't even compute. It's not even close, right? But see, these youngsters don't know that. You know, because a lot of them haven't been incarcerated or inside. And it boggles my mind, the ones that have and still continue to disrespect. That shows me only one thing. They're going to disregard all the clecha that they learned while incarcerated or that the big homies gave them. And they're going to do it for clout and because they think that's what people want to see. And there are a lot of people that want to see the bullshit. They want to see you do the bullshit. They want to see you involved in the bullshit. Then they want to wash their hands of it and go on with their day. So while you're the crash dummy, while you're the one acting stupid and making your whole carro and yourself look bad, they're going to laugh at you. Not with you. I said laugh at you, and then they're going to push. That's how they do it. Because, hey, there's a fucking wiener schnitzel foot long with their name written all over it. They're trying to go get their glizzy dog. You know, because you're over there looking like a corn dog. That's how it is. Now, I wanted to talk about Lefty, gunplay. Hey, Lefty's the shit right now, right? I like Lefty. Hey, at first, I was real skeptical about Lefty. And I know I'd be like, he'd be doing them hand signs. But I can't lie, man. Lefty deserves everything he's getting, man. Lefty's putting in that work. He's all over the place, and it takes a lot to do that. To travel, to perform, you know. You can't take nothing from that kid. That kid is handling, you know, in the beginning, he wasn't handling his fame well, but now he is. Now he's making business moves, power moves, wearing shower shoes. He's pulling hoes and strippers, wearing Gucci slippers. Now, don't kiss him, Lefty. I seen him kissing a couple of tortas. His lips are about to fall off. He's going to be rapping like this. All right, he's going to be doing the mummy. But other than that, man, he's making moves. And I can't deny it, right? But he made a move the other night, man, that, again, when he's going up, he's bringing his own self down. And that was, he got on stage and he disrespected the Norteño movement again. He disrespected Lazy Boy and these cats. And it's like, bro, in one breath I hear a lot of people say, the Norteño rappers wouldn't even be known if it wasn't for the Southern California rappers. That's what people are saying, right? And whether you choose to believe that or not, that's totally up to you. I don't believe it. I believe everybody is known by the work they put in, okay? But this is what's out there. And the thing is, you can't sit there and say, you Vatos are only known because of us. and then keeps mentioning them. If you keep on mentioning the guys, then they're going to get more known. If you're beefing with someone, Holmes, you don't mention them anymore. The best way to win in the game is to not give anybody recognition. I learned that even on YouTube. You know, there could be people there are people that make videos and have my fucking whole big old nuts in their fucking throat all day long. And I don't acknowledge it, man. I see it from a distance, but I don't acknowledge it because I'm not giving them the power over me, right? And it seems like Lazy Boy in that instance, right? Not Lazy Boy, Spencer. Lefty, he's on stage doing his thing, having a good time, getting his money, right? Then he decides to take it all out the box and disrespect the Norte. Now, I understand people want to cater to their fans and what they think people want to hear. But man, I think there's more people that are leaning towards unity. There's more people that are leaning towards, all right, bro, let that shit go and just do you. People want to see you win. They don't want to see you win by stepping on the next man's headpiece. That's how I've always figured it, man. If you could win by your own merits and by what you do and the work you put in, now that's respect, bro. If you have to talk about people constantly or disrespect them to win, you're not winning, bro. At the end, you're going to find out that recipe is a recipe for disaster. So all these rappers, and on both sides, that are disrespecting each other and doing all that, I know in the immediate it sounds good. I guess it's what's keeping this shit flowing, but it's making other people say that's all they're about. They're a one-trick pony. All they can do is disrespect each other back and forth. What's next? You gotta push. You know, the Northern California rappers and the Southern California rappers that don't disrespect each other, that just conduct and handle their business, that know deep down inside, we're never gonna see these vatos. These vatos are 1,000 miles away, right? On both sides. Those are the ones that blow up. Those are the ones that are making noise. You know, or the ones like Big Tone that are laced up enough to understand, like, man, I ain't getting involved in that disrespect shit, bro. That's just not how we rock, you know? And rappers like Conejo and not Sad Boy, yeah, even Sad Boy, right? Sad Boy from Bruta. The Vato's like, shh, bro, save them politics for in prison, you know? Like, we out here, we're just trying to have fun, right? These are the guys, right, that will continue to come up and make money, and they don't have to use another man or disrespect another man to do it. If they have their own little personal beefs with someone, they address it. But as far as disrespecting a whole side, that's this new kid shit, man. It's this new zesty shit. It just doesn't make sense to me. Anyways, when I see Chito, Ranas and Swifty Blue cruising around, you know, there's a lot of questions I ask. You know, what'd they do that night? Was it fun? Did one person have more fun than the other one? You know, are they back? Are they going to make some good music? Do we got some good music coming? Is Swifty going to let his mouth get him in a wreck again? Is he going to last a long time? You know, I think he's like, you know what, fuck it. I'm just joining the crowd. You know, if you can't win them, if you can't beat them, you join them. And so he figures, you know what, hey, maybe I'll just impress the little homie by disrespecting these cats and acting all out of character. And that'll let them know, man, that I'm all in with them. I don't know. Did they catch a head up fade? You know, usually sometimes you got to do that. If there's disrespect, and I don't knock them for that. If they did do that and they kept it off camera, that's very righteous of them. That's how you do it. Okay? Not everything has to be done on camera and seen in a boxing ring and all this bullshit. It doesn't have to be done like that. Sometimes if you have a real life beef with someone, but someone that you respect on any type of level, man, then you catch that friendly fade, a handshake, and a pistol. That it happens. It used to happen in my neighborhood. You know, it can happen in a lot of different neighborhoods. Only my homeboys, man, we weren't allowed to put hands on each other like that, unless it's like some type of DP situation. You know, you had to throw the boxing gloves on, not go in a ring, just chunk them in a backyard. Shit, I remember one time, man, the homeboys threw the gloves on, and one homeboy rocked the other homeboy. And hey, these were two taitas, good ass homeboys. I mean, they were always together, and they were both feared, like, damn, which one? And I already knew, man, no fucking with my boy Pookie, right? That motherfucker has thunder arms, right? That motherfucker hit him like, bzz. It was over. Everybody was like, oh, they didn't want to say nothing because the homeboy that got knocked out was a good ass homeboy too with hands. He'd have jumped up like, fuck that, I'll beat all your asses, right? But I was like, fool, you got fucked up, fool. I told you, motherfucker. Man, cash me out. Everyone, you guys know you bet on the wrong motherfucking horse, homie. That was just it. Anyways, if they did catch the fade, cool. You know, if that's what it took to get their bullshit off their shoulders and to keep it pushing, cool. My advice to them is stop disrespecting the Norteños, bro. Stop disrespecting other people. Just make music. You're rappers, homie. You are rappers. Neither one of you, right? You know, not one of you could do an assistant pimp like an assistant. Look at, neither one of you guys have been incarcerated for killing, maiming, hurting, stepping on, or touching a Norteño, right? And there's not one of these northern rappers that have been incarcerated for doing anything to you. So why are you so upset and angry with guys that are not even from your area? Now, Chito, they are from your area, you know, but you're not there anymore, homes. You moved away. You don't live there anymore, so you shouldn't even trip. You got the fuck up out the way, man. You're doing your thing. So why even trip? Why even, that's like Michael Jackson disrespecting Prince and them going back and forth. Why? They're both getting their paper. Stay in your lane, bro. You know, hey, same thing to the Norteños. I'm not picking and choosing sides and defending. There's going to be guys, oh, this was one-sided. You're defending. I'm not defending nobody, bro. They need to do the same damn thing. Lazy boy, talking about when I see you, I'll see. You're not going to win. Bro, you better stop that. You're not going to see nobody. You know what I'm saying? You need to see the barber and tell him to cut that shit off in the back of your head. That's what it is. That's what you need to see, the barber, right? And Chito, you need to see the gym. And Swifty, you need to see a psychiatrist. That's it. You know what I mean? With that being said, I'm just trying to give some friendly advice here. I just want to see everybody win, man. Lefty gunplay, you might need to see a gynecologist or something for herpes, because them two tortas you were kissing on, bro, Sasuke, they look like they just got batter-rammed by the whole barrio. You know what I mean? I know. That's why when you kissed them, you went, because you smell chorra, huh? Uh-huh. That's what you get. Motherfucker, you out there kissing tortas in the middle of the street. You know, for those of you that haven't seen that tape, it's floating around. That vatos over there fucking tongue kissing and shit, talking about, I'm doing OnlyFans. You're not doing OnlyFans. You know what I mean? You're doing some wild shit with a whole bunch of vatos from the barrio's old lady. Uh-huh. Yeah. You're their OnlyFan, right? You better stop it. With that being said, it's all good, man. Full Crashout mode. We'll see where these guys go next. Stop disrespecting each other, man. You know, you're making the raza look bad, bro. It's the shit got old already. This north and south beef on wax got old, bro. You're either gonna fucking not fuck with each other or not. And that's it. And keep it pushing. That's what real gangsters do, bro. You know, back in the days, I remember, man, it was just like, we talked when we had to talk, and when there was business to be conducted on the yard or something, we kept it very respectful and professional. And I know all these guys get out of, that haven't been to prison, they think, like, oh, North and South are at war constantly. There ain't no fucking war like that, bro. The Southerners are always into some beef with the whites or the blacks all the time. The Northerners are into beef with each other. And that's it, man. Look, I could tell you, you can go to prison and do a 24-year bid, 25-year bid, and probably never, ever have an incident with the North or South, depending on what side you're on. That's the truth. That's before the end of hostilities. Real facts. With that being said, I hope that you move smooth with a purpose. Get everything that you want coming. And remember, at the end of the day, it's all about the strive, the struggle, the struggle, the strive. If you haven't tapped in with my other channel, The Collective Clips, make sure you go like and subscribe. I do have another channel, The Collective Clips. We're almost to 60K over there. I appreciate you guys for bubbling that one up when this one was down. I couldn't do it without you, like I said, man. I'm dropping bangers over there. That's where the Super Norteño series goes on. I will be dropping a new episode of that. Make sure you tap in for that. And just let's get it, man. Hey, shout out to Chito and Swifty and Swifty's nose and Chito's fucking sabacos and both their man tits. They did that, right? And on the other side, because I don't want to feel like I'm biased, right, man? Step your game up, Lazy Boy and all you guys, and take after fucking Rico. He can show you guys how to conduct yourselves professionally. That's real talk, man. And like I said, that barber, you must be going to the same barber as Milk 74, because fuck, both your shits are fucked up. And hey, I don't even want to get to Swifty's Edgar. Hey, that's a Wedgar. That's well back here, right? How do you have a high fade Edgar? How do you have your Edgar start right here? Come on, bro. Fire your barber. Hey, fuck rapping, fuck disrespecting. You guys need to fire barbers around this camp before you do anything. This is the gun. Bang, bang.